How my first day of junior high turned into a year of hell. So where to start? Oh yeah, I'm from the Bahamas, and the thing about some of the public schools here, they're not for the weak. And the school that I was starting my first day of junior high at might just have been one of the worst, and what I mean by that is every day from morning to afternoon there's fights happening, as in there are fights happening early in the morning at the front of the school, there's a fight happening during break time, there's fights happening during lunchtime, there's fights happening after school. Even when I was in primary school, every day after school we'd have the students from the junior high school on our field having rockouts, as in throwing big ass rocks at each other. But that's not what we're here to talk about. The name of the school is Donald Webster Davis Junior High School, and on the first day, my mom thought it was a good idea to let me have Wendy's breakfast and hot chocolate for breakfast. My body categorically refused to play ball, so that means I have the diarrhea and I need to go. So I ran to the bathroom and went into one of the stalls and started to use the bathroom. Now what I hate about bathrooms, and specifically doing a number 2, is having to sit in the bathroom and stare at the door or stare at the wall and think about God knows what. I hate that I need to distract myself in the bathroom. So what did I do? I started thinking about memories, good memories from the past, and reminiscing. So I started smiling. It is about at this exact moment that I realized that I just fucked up. Why? Because someone peeked their head over the top of stall and took a picture. And what made it worst is the fact that I looked up to see who it was peeking at me, and I still had that goofy smile on my face. I realized it was 3 people. 2 of them were standing outside of the stall and 1 took a picture of me. They ran out and I was forced to finish shitting before I got out, and I was so furious that I punched one of the stall doors so hard that the hinges broke. I walked out of that moment straight to the office and reported the situation. We picked the 3 out of their classes. The parents were called, and one of the bullies' parents was actually a police officer. I started laughing on the inside because I knew he was screwed. They were told to take down the picture that they posted online, but the damage had already been done. Basically everyone in the school had seen the picture, so that means that the rest of my year in that school would have been hell. But things pick up from here. About a day or 2 later, the security guard of the school, who happened to have been a family friend of mine, was pissed off at me because I didn't tell him what happened. But when I told him, he was like, "Dude, why the hell didn't you tell me first?" I said I wasn't even thinking about that. So the next day, after he figured out who it was, he went out for them one by one. This is where I get angry at myself, because although he went after them one by one and I was able to hear the beat down because he was whooping their motherfucking ass, every time he found them and started to beat their ass, I would always be on the other side of the school. But that didn't mean I wasn't hearing it, because boy, it was loud as hell. I mean, he was slamming him on a concrete floor. Okay, cause it was loud enough for me to hear it from the other side of the school. He found the last one at lunchtime, and again I was on the other side of the school. But I hear a boom. Turns out the bully tried to stab my security friend with his pen, but my security friend, let's call him Nick, took the pen and stabbed the bully with it, and then proceeded to power bomb him on the concrete floor. That boom I heard was the power bomb, and how do I know this if I wasn't there? Everyone was talking about it. Every day after that day, if I come across the bullies, they would nod their head and walk in the next direction. And I always took so much satisfaction out of that every time it happened. But my reputation in the school as the kid that was caught taking a dump with a smile on his face, that stuck with me. And even then, I had a girl who had a crush on me and actually asked me out, but because of my reputation, I didn't want to involve her in my bullshit and cause her to be bullied as well. So I turned her down. We remained friends. Shout out to Nick for beating the fear of God onto the bullies.